Hello and welcome to Star Trek Armada 3. I had that icon changed properly. We're going to be playing another game of this. This time we're playing as the Cardassians. We're going to go for the Cardassian Union faction, rather than the Dominion, so that'll be a different way to play. I haven't played the Cardassian Union before, so I'm probably going to be absolutely horrible at it, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So I'm playing with the 1.2.1, 1.21 or whatever they call it patch, and I have the known space add-on. There are no Borg in this game. This is just non-Borg, and it's 2 of each, and there are no teams. I mean, there are teams, but they're unlocked, so I expect some changes there. I should probably be ordering up my fleet. I'm silly. There we go. Fleet coming up. Capital ship coming up. Now, what we want to shoot for is Cardassian Union. So we need 3 military labs, which is easy enough. And that should be our primary goal, I think. But we'll save up for a few other things in between just to make sure we have everything we need.
Standing by.
Right next to us, there's another Class N? Wow. Alright, so I did choose the unlocked. Apparently it decided to put me on Earth anyways. So, the homeworld's maybe a bit jumbled up. I did the best I could with what I had. It didn't turn out too well, apparently. I didn't want to go in and do a Galaxy Forge edits that I started on Cardassia, although that would have been fun. It just was a bit too much for me to bother with. I didn't want to deal with it. And we'll get another military lab, and we'll just get... Can we get any more logistics upgrades here? No. But we will get another military lab, because we want to leave enough space for the commerce station, but we don't need much more. So we can start our social stuff on other places. We need how much for the trade? Just 2 social labs to get commerce stations, which is easy enough to do. It just requires us to expand a bit, and that in the lunar colony, which is apparently a completely separate planet, oh joy, that seems like a good location to go to for our first expansion. And now I'm calling them expansions. That's what happens when you play too much StarCraft for a while. So, we're, again, Cardassian Union, simple enough. We're gonna get divided loyalties as soon as we can. We're gonna move up to Cardassian Union as fast as possible, and that means all of our ships will be right in here, I believe. So I'll have all sorts of Cardassian-themed ships rather than going for the Dominion ships like the Chimera Cruiser and all that stuff, and the Scarabs, which are fun, but I want to go for more of an attrition game. That sounds like fun. I'm gonna play like TEC in a Cardassian Star Trek type format.
Awaiting further orders.
I didn't double check the logo before I came in, so I'm glad I got the, I believe that's the Obsidian Order logo. Although it could just be regular Cardassian. I'm fairly certain it's Obsidian Order.
Our scientists have developed a new technology.
And that's just a stock image. There are a few stock images in here, but I'm just not bothering to look at. They don't exist.
Awaiting further orders.
We're going to set this as Group 1, and we're going to take this Janissary and give it Subjugate Planet. We're going to subjugate the planet of the lunar colony, and I wasn't aware that Alpha Centauri is just an asteroid. Okay, I'm gonna have a few comments on how this goes, but I'm sure everything will be fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh, and I forgot to set them to jump as a group. It's been a while since I've played this, as no doubt everyone could tell by my horrible gameplay so far. But I'm going to do my best for the horrible skills that I have right now. So there are a few heavy raiders around, we'll just kill them. And we'll hopefully discover enemies sometime. But not now, not anytime soon, I'm sure. I've also actually watched Insurrection now, so I know what the Sona are, these aren't as mysterious to me anymore. These Sona Destroyer, or Ronth the Destroyers, they actually have a bit more sense to them, now that I actually know who the Sona are. So that's helpful. Of course, anyone here who doesn't watch Star Trek, I don't know why you're here, firstly, and secondly, I'm sorry that you don't understand a single word that I'm saying. It happens. Now, that's right, we use phasers, don't we? Yeah. So, since we're playing Cardassian Union, we're going to be focusing on armor and shielding, mostly armor though, because I believe Cardassian ships have just huge hull and armor compared to other races, so we're going to try and win by holding out for longer rather than dealing more damage. Damage will be important, just not as important. Also, my increased playing of Star Trek Online means that I recognize all of these logos, so that's fine. Because every single one of these logos is used in Star Trek Online. Except the ships. The ships are new. And probably no, no. The units and a few of the outpost stuff is different, but most everything is the same. And so now we kill the last of these. I'm gonna tell the Janissary to just go, because everything else is gonna be killed easily. And we're going to order up wrong planets. How did I turn? I turned, and I didn't notice.
More latinum is required.
We're going to get the Osset class we're going to get the Osset classes that we need, and those are going to provide fighter defense, or anti-fighter defense, and we're going to then get some facades later. Facades are not an immediate necessity, but they will be very useful in having artillery in our back line. They're not in our front line. That would be silly.
Awaiting further orders.
And now we just kill off these pirates. They're easy enough to kill. We're going to try and get civic infrastructure quickly, but we also want to get social research labs now that it's actually something we need. I believe we have Cardassian Union research now, yes, so we can start looking at all of these, like the Tonga support cruiser. That looks useful. That looks very useful. Corvettes, of course. Medium cruisers.
Standing by.
Yeah, again, I've never played Cardassian Union. I've only played a Dominion game, as the Cardassian faction, so I don't know what's going to happen here. But whatever happens, I hope it's fun. It may not be. It may be horrible. I might want to run away screaming by the end of it. But hopefully not. And that guy looks like he was formerly assimilated. No, he doesn't. It was just that little dark spot.
Ready.
I'm obviously very observant today. Obviously. And I know everything that I'm saying.
Construction work is complete.
Now, we're a bit behind in economy. Understandable. We did just colonize or expand, or whatever the word is that I'm looking for, which it's hiding from me. It is hiding from me quite a bit. Just like the entirety of the English language. And there we go. Our sets are almost done. Oh, anti-cloak scan. Okay.
Awaiting your
So
command.
we're going to move out to Alpha
Awaiting
Centauri
further
next.
orders.
We're going to send the Ossets after us and add them to the first fleet.
Moving.
And the Terrans are just exploring, and that's their job, so they're doing well. I'm just jabbering. I apologize to everyone.
Construction work is complete.
And we have a Tritanium labor camp, so that's good. On these asteroids that are orbiting our own moon. Sub-satellites are the best. Now, we only get one logistical development here, right? But we can get 2 social upgrades, and 2 social labs, and a trade port there, so it should be alright. Ha, our first run-in with the Maquis and our Ossets aren't here yet. So there are some peregrines and runabouts that might give us a bit of trouble, but I certainly hope not. And the rest of our Ossets can be added to the first fleet and sent on their way.
What will you have me do?
Now, what we're going to need next is our facades, because they're just useful. Torpedo frigates are always useful. The problem is, I want to get quite a few of them, and I currently... Well, one, I forgot how many I put in the fleet, and I have it written down somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. It's not in that notebook. Alright, I believe it's 12? Yeah, it's 12. I want 12 of them. I build very large backlines.
Our fleet has arrived.
You should see it in EU4. I built tons of backline.
Standing by.
And now we have our anti-fighter, so we can deal with what few runabouts and peregrines are left if they actually get there in time. So these ships are cool. I like the Cardassian design. It's very interesting.
Construction work is complete.
More of that sort of semi-saucer bit, but with it's blockier. It's cool. Cool. And then there's this, which is called a Janissary, which seems a bit odd, but you know. Apparently, the Cardassians like to name their ships after subgroups of the Ottoman military. Good for them. Not much else to say. But good for them. It's a very interesting thing to name your ships after. I don't think it's a good idea to get the Keldon yet, but getting corvettes is useful, so we'll research them. And I believe we're starting to get to the point where I can at least build a small portion of our facade line. Yeah, I can build 4. So there we go, we'll get 4 of them ordered up, and we need more scouts. Those should be a bit cheaper. We'll get 2 more and we'll have them start exploring. Hopefully up here, we could stand to know it's here. And this is Spock's pulsar, apparently, that the entire galaxy orbits around.
Our troops have occupied
And
a
I
new world.
don't know what the reference is, and I'm sorry to everyone that I don't know what it is.
Our scientists have
I'll try and do better in the
technology.
future. Now, we have the corvettes researched, we have some
We
facades
stand
being
ready.
built. We're going to get this upgrade as soon as we have enough titanium, which may be a while, because titanium income is still slow. Although we are catching up in our income, or speeding up in our income. We are behind on capital ships. I'm not surprised. Everyone else in this game seems to spam tons upon tons of capital ships. We're going to have to do
Right
that,
away.
but we don't have any slots yet, and I don't want to waste money on slots when we still don't need them.
Standing by.
The first fleet is ready to move on, and I can't get the hydrocarbon, and I am not attacking the Tholians. I learned that from last time. So we're gonna go... We need class 1 subjugation, really. I mean, even if we didn't want it right now, we just need it sometime, and it just seems like a good
Right
idea.
away.
But first we're going to need to get logistical development upgraded here so that we can actually set up another social lab and work toward... Well, no, we can start this now. I'm talking gibberish.
Awaiting your command.
Now our facades are almost done. And once they are, we'll send them...
Construction work is complete.
Actually, we'll probably send them to meet up with our forces here. Gentok police frigates. Oh, I remember the
We
Gentok.
stand ready.
Are they the... that one Next Generation episode that's very specific of me? Where there's like the son or something, there's some sort of son who doesn't want to... Or who was in the Federation and they found him and all that. I think they're from that
Moving.
episode. I could check if I could see the ships. I'm gonna talk a bit more Star Trek this game. I apologize to everyone here who doesn't watch Star Trek. You should watch Star Trek. It's worth your
Our
time.
scientists have developed a new technology.
And logistical development, we then need to save up enough to build a social research lab so we can get
Construction
our
work is complete.
commercial reform, so we can start setting up commerce stations, getting trade routes, and possibly work towards Class 2 subjugation, which I believe will let us colonize these large planets. And I keep spinning around, and I really should stop that. Yeah, Class 2 is enough for this large planet, although that's a bit out of our supply lines until we get the hydrocarbon at Class 5. Alright, so we'll take our scouts, just quickly tell them to start scouting,
Your
because that's what
orders.
they're built to do. And The first fleet is not continuing because I was being silly. Alright, we'll send them that way, and we'll order up more Vasads. Do we have the resources for them? No. We could get Hidekis. I usually only run 4 Hidekis. We'll save up to get all our Hidekis at once. I only run 4 Corvettes. I tend to use Corvettes more tactically, running around enemy lines. You obviously couldn't tell in the board game because I don't believe they have Corvettes. But yeah, I usually run a smaller Corvette force. And it usually runs quite well. Because typically you don't want to use your Corvettes on frontline attacks. Those are going to die. You want your Corvettes on your flanks. They're like cavalry in a U4. You want them to attack where your opponent doesn't have as much defensively, and try and thin down their front line so you can hit the back. And now we can take the Vasads and send them that way. Why are all the scouts going this way? Where are you going? You're going there, and you're going there. That's acceptable. That is acceptable. Now we get Union Commerce Station, and we can start setting up trade as soon as we get that research. Or we can start setting it up now, but that's still a bit pointless. Everyone focus fire on there and then transfer to there. You join the fleet.
Transfer all power to weapons.
Let's see their ships. It looks similar to the ships I think they are, but I don't think it is. So, Benzar. Isn't Benzar? I think Benzar is with the planet with the people who have like the little breathing apparatuses, and I'm like moving my hands to try and show what I'm talking about, and no one here can see that because I don't do that stuff. But yeah, I think that's who they are. I could be entirely wrong. I probably am. And there I go, saving up all this money and forgetting, you know, fleet supply. Fleet supply is useful. So we're gonna get our Corvettes. I have a bit of too strong a front line for how much I have in terms of artillery. I'd rather have more. Axanar! Oh, fun. My voice raised quite a bit there when I said Axanar. We could go for Tellar Prime. We could. Do I want to, though? Probably not, because I'm probably still heavily outnumbered for that. Maybe when we get some more of our backline, like 4 more Vasads, and we should be able to take it. Although I'm going to prioritize trade for now. I might also use this video for my tiny viewer base to give me some feedback on an option. I'm starting to actually do more videos, and as you no doubt can tell, I've started Kerbal Space Program. I'm going to do a lot of that. That's going to be one of my main series. I'm going to do a few of these. I might keep the skirmishes. Opinions on whether skirmishes should be kept or not would be appreciated. Of course, there's like 5 of you subscribed, and like maybe 5 extras who occasionally watch and are lurking or whatever. So skirmishes, opinion, and I've also started doing a few things with MMOs. Might get a friend and play like Star Trek Online or Lord of the Rings Online. Planning that. Possibly. Depends on how the videos turn out. First one was a mess. Couldn't work with it. And I'm also thinking about doing Dwarf Fortress. This is space, and Lord of the Rings is not space, and neither is Dwarf Fortress, but Dwarf Fortress is one of my favorite games in the universe. It's quite fun, and I could play either the adventure mode or the fortress mode. I've played a bit of the adventure mode, but not enough to be like, oh yeah, I could do anything in the game, like destroy titans in one shot. No, I haven't gotten there. I'm still pretty bad at it. But that's to be expected with a game of that size and scope. So yeah, if you'd like to see Dwarf Fortress, all 3 or 4 of you, let me know, and I'll possibly do recording of that. Everything else is sort of up in the air. So yeah, opinions. Although none of you are commenting. Go comment. All of you who are listening, none of you. Okay, I'll stop now. End of this self-promotion. Which is weird. Surely one should promote themselves.
Construction work is complete.
Alright, on to actually important things. 4 more facades to bulk up the
Standing
force,
by.
and then we'll move into until our prime. Although we will go and attack Memory Alpha while we can. I didn't want that, I
Setting
wanted
a
that.
course.
So there is Desica, and there's Vega Colony. Where's Vulcan in this? I want to see Vulcan. Since I'm at Earth, surely Vulcan is nearby.
Our scouts
Versus
have
4,
discovered a new
Trill. Trill, of course, is closer to Cardassia. Why are
Your
there
orders.
pirates? Okay, they're not attacking me, they're just going by. That's probably the pirate base. Oh joy. Looking forward to that.
Our scouts have
There's
discovered a new world.
Arcalia. There's a crime. This is really weird. I feel like their Vulcan would be closer to Earth than this. Surely someone who makes a known
Move us to
space
warp.
map would be intelligent enough to throw in Vulcan. I don't know. That's right, person who made this map thing. Please have Vulcan. Probably not watching, and that's
Our fleet
okay.
has arrived.
Alright, the first
Awaiting
fleet
your
is
command.
now arriving in its next
Target that
combat
vessel.
location, and this is going to be a short battle. It's just a few heavy raiders. And there are all my phasers firing from Yossets and Hidekis and everything. And the facades are just firing torpedoes from a distance, because that's what they do. So all those ships are just gonna die pretty quickly. Now, siege frigates would be nice, we don't need them yet. Medium cruisers drain enemy shield strength. Using a tachyon beam, that could be useful. But we need
We
support
stand
cruisers.
ready.
I mean, there's no way to get around it. We need support cruisers as soon as possible. Having repair on the front lines is amazing. There's a reason that TEC is so good for attrition, and it's because they have mobile repair. Are the Hidekis not in the fleet? They are not in the fleet. Apparently. And... is that... no, we're making
Right
more ships
away.
there, but we'll wait for the rest of those to be
Standing
done
by.
before we add them to the first fleet. And this ship has its shields down, I think. Yeah, it's just being shot at. Oh, and there we go, one more ship left, and it's about to die. Fairly quickly. Not immediately, just a bit quickly. Just a bit quickly. Alright, so we have Axonar, we don't have the upgrades on it. That's my fault. I should have put on infrastructure, we're losing a lot of money to Axonar. Resource-wise, we should probably get mines set up there, but again, civic infrastructure, more important. And support cruisers are now available. So we're going to want a few. Not immediately, I don't think. They're not the best for damage. Good job with the A/N. They're great. So, assault teams, spatial mirage field, or tractor beam. I feel like tractor beam is not entirely useful right now, so we're gonna get assault teams for targeting ships, although tractor beam would probably be good for that, yeah. It would keep them in place so our other ships could fire on them, but that literally just keeps a ship from escaping, and we're not in a position where ships are trying to escape yet. I could be wrong, the tractor beam may be like the most amazing upgrade that it can get, and I just passed it up for another thing, and everyone who's actually played Cardassians is yelling at me. And if it is, I apologize greatly. Alright, so we want Tonga classes. I'm probably going to run 4 for now, which is a lot, but they're really good if they're repair cruisers. I mean, I don't care how good they actually are, they're repair cruisers, and those are incredibly useful.
What will you have me do?
We're going to... we can't colonize Memory Alpha. Of course not. Of course I'd go for the one place I can't colonize yet. We'll research that. Getting armor. Useful stuff. Now, defense research, of course, is useful. Maintenance docks would be basically the reason not to have the support cruisers, but our support cruisers let us have basically repair docks everywhere. That is worth the effort. So we'll join up with these facades. Maybe we can fit a Tonga or two in here while we're at it. And I just realized I sold everything to the point where I didn't have enough titanium. Stock market boom. What does that do? I don't know. Is it increasing credit income? Possibly. Oh. That is obviously my confusion tone. Oh. It's very accurate.
Standing by.
Now, titanium supplies are abundant here, so we'll get lots of titanium at Axanar. And the first fleet with one Jonga is done. Maybe we should wait for a second one to be done. Sure, it won't be long, and then we'll go attack Tellar Prime. The Solarians will be very happy. Here's an abandoned trade port. That's interesting. Scouts. Scouts are useful.
Awaiting your command.
But now we go for Tellar Prime. And this will be our first acquisition of a large world. With large, I mean, you know, M-class. So it's not exactly large, it's just has more slots and better conditions for colonization and unstuttering. Alright, onwards. So, another level of that would be nice, but I'd like to get the full Jonga support. Or Tonga. It's not Jonga, it's Tonga. And because these are just going to be useful, and we all know it. We all know that repair vessels are incredible. Well, hopefully we do. We may not. Oh. Alright, so we're next to a Klingon force. They've gone heavy tactical.
Awaiting further orders.
And by heavy tactical, I mean halfway through the tactical tree already. Okay. They are Klingons, that's not too strange. First fleet is under attack. And if we order...
They will know the glorious might of Cardassia.
Yes, they will.
For the Union.
And that scout's going to get destroyed. But that's its job. Its job is to be destroyed.
Awaiting your command.
And now we add these extra support cruisers into the fleet. So what can they do? They can do an anti-cloak scan. Maintenance drones. Ooh, that's very useful. Yes. So basically 80 shields, 200 hull. And they can target sublight engines. Alright.
What will you have me do?
Targeting sublight engines, of course, is also useful. A lot of things on that ship are useful.
Helmsman. Full impulse.
Target the assault frigate, then that, and then the interceptors. Because the interceptors are far faster than I thought, and basically escaped us. But that's fine. Alright, Fourth Order is also near us. I don't know where, but they're near us. Wait, have they expanded at all? I'm sure they have. They can't just be sitting there with no expansions. That seems unlikely. Commerce stations. Marvelous stuff. As usual, commerce stations just about everywhere. And we'll be able to get large credit income that'll keep us ahead in our economy. We are falling behind on dilithium. It's because we don't have a good dilithium mine. There's really no other reason for it. We just don't have a good planet for dilithium mining.
Our scouts have discovered a new world.
Andoria. So Vulcan is down here somewhere. Probably there.
Our troops have occupied a new world.
Just our scouts haven't gone there yet. You go there. I think I know my way around the Star Trek universe better than I do my own hometown. Huh. And we'll just save up a bit more to get more civic infrastructure. We're not going to finish civic infrastructure here soon. We just want to have it in a condition where we can at least work towards it. Another commerce station. Ah, there's a pirate base. Athos 4. We'll just let them build up bounty against each other for now. Since we're not fighting against everyone, Then we don't have to worry about bounty as much as in the last game. So this is guarded by Breen because it's an L class.
What will you have me
If we
do?
pull the first fleet back to
Helmsman,
here, we might be able to
full
take
impulse.
Vulcan very soon. And
For the
maybe we
Union.
can actually get this scout going. That would be helpful.
Changing course.
Maybe they're like cutting off all my engines. I don't know. And as we approach this gravity well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Vulcan.
Pirate raiders detected.
It's Wolf 359. I was wrong. And that's Vulcan, isn't it?
Changing course.
I'm really looking for Vulcan. This Vulcan would be a great planet to get. It's a desert planet, obviously. Obviously. Everyone here knows that. Gosh. And so desert planets have some good logistic slots, and they'd make a good location. I believe they have good dilithium mining, but I could be wrong.
Move us to war.
That would be a good dilithium mine. Andoria. We're going to get Andoria as soon as we can. Because really, we need
Our
dilithium.
fleet has arrived.
It's our weakest point right now. We
Yes.
don't have enough dilithium to support a fleet. We're getting 1.8 per second. We're getting 4 titanium per second. That's easy.
Awaiting your
Dilithium is going to be a bit more work.
adjusting course.
So we're actually going to send a fleet to secure a dilithium mine. Watch, this is going to be Vulcan, and this will be some random
Our
planet.
scouts have
Nope, it's
discovered a
Vulcan.
new world.
So it's a large class L. It's a bit further out of our range, but it's going to provide a lot of population space and a lot of logistic slots. So we can build like a forward outpost here for it's metal mining, right? No, it's a mixture. We could have a building location here, so we can have fleet building here.
Our scientists
And it could be a
have
front
developed
line,
new
but I don't
technology.
know if we have much beyond here, because we haven't scouted much. Because we have one scout.
Move us to
Keep
war.
making scouts. So yeah, we'll take Andoria, or at least take out the ships, and that shouldn't take too long.
Ready.
I also apologize for everything being post-commentary recently. There's been a lot of loud noise around the house, and I haven't been able to record because of all that noise. So I've had to record video and audio separately. Whether you want post-commentary on those series, or whether you want live commentary on those series, yeah, you can mention that in those series. But this one, I'm gonna keep live commentary, because post-commentary just doesn't work for strategy games, I find. I don't know. I've never seen it done, but it just doesn't feel like it would work. Alright, so we're not focusing fire, but we're still gonna win this pretty easily. We aren't losing anything. Nope. We're still at full force. We take these scouts and tell them to just move everywhere. So, the Cardassians are down here. Or not the Cardassians, the Klingons. There's... Orange is over here. They're closer to Vulcan than I am. I really want Vulcan though, and that would make a great front line. Then again, so would Binos. Just hold a planet right by their border. That's a large class L. It has a lot of building locations. We could... If we could take Vulcan, we need class 3 subjugation. So what we do is we get another social research lab here at Axanar. And here's the plan for next time. Because I'm going to end it once we get
Our
Andoria
colony is
here.
under siege.
Wait, what? Pirates aren't after me, though. They're not after me. Oh, they're just attacking as they
Our
pass.
scouts have discovered a new
Alright,
world.
so what we're gonna do, and here's the plan. We're gonna cut them off. We're gonna push to Vulcan, build a fleet location here. We're gonna build up our fleets at Vulcan. It has plenty of supply and everything we need. And we're going to set up a defensive line at Binos and cut off Task Force 10 before they can expand into this very rich area. And we're gonna get like Trill and Tarsus and just form a strong line here that they just can't get through. And it's going to be amazing. Here we go. We've gotten Andoria. This will be our dilithium mine for now. Just getting dilithium mines immediately. Or else we'll just struggle. See, we had 1,000 tritanium, but next to no dilithium.
Awaiting
And
your
we'll send them
command.
this way. but we'll go on and take Vulcan next episode, because this is probably getting long already. I didn't set a clock or anything. So we'll stop here for now. But yeah, next time we'll put in place our master plan to cut off everyone. Ooh, we could blockade run to Ryza. Just take Ryza from underneath them, just cut them off from every class N they can get. That'd be fantastic and evil, and I love it. We'll do whatever we do next time. Until then, goodbye.